The New York Excelsior continued to look unstoppable this week as they took a 3-1 win over Seoul Dynasty. While Seoul certainly made a case for their own strength on Numbani, the other maps highlighted NYXL's continued dominance over each of their opponents so far. New York fell prey to an aggressive first engagement by Seoul on Lighthouse. They only took the point after giving up 72% capture to the Dynasty. A bit of point flip-flopping ensued until the point was at 99-99, but the final team fight went in NYXL's favor. They took Lighthouse for an early 1-0 lead. An early pick from Mono onto Munchkin helped New York capture Ruins early. Subsequent team fights continued in NYXL's favor, leaving Seoul unable to retake the point. New York took the point 100-0, securing a 2-0 win for the map. An exciting opening push from Dynasty featured a 2-2-2 composition with Fissure on Wrecking Ball, which he used to secure an early kill on Nene. Just as things looked like they were going in Seoul's favor, New York re-engaged, this time with Nene on Tracer, stabilizing after giving up just over 2 ticks. Fortunately, New York was unfazed by Seoul's subsequent attacks, giving up no more capture percentage before the time ran out. Surprisingly, the NYXL had a fair bit of trouble on their attack round. They tried 2 attempts at both high ground and low ground offenses, but were repeatedly shut down by Seoul. When an early D-Mech on Michelle allowed Nene's grab to hit successfully, New York quickly gained 2 ticks on the point. When Seoul rejoined the fight, they came back swinging, catching the NYXL off guard as overtime ticked down. Their attempts at a final engagement were unsuccessful, and they lost the map 1-2. New York looked utterly dominant on Volskaya. Mono was nigh unkillable on the NYXL defense, repeatedly forcing Seoul out of position with his primal rages. After staving off push after push, a final boop from Animo prevented Seoul from touching the point before overtime kicked in. With only 1 tick required to take the map, New York ran standard fare Rhine Goats versus Rhine Goats. While their first push was ended early after early picks on Amano and Jonak, they successfully captured a tick on their next push to take the map 1-0. New York's steamroll continued on a Dorado as they took point B with 4:30 left on the clock. Seoul looked more confident on the final streets phase, able to repeatedly take team fights away from New York. As time ran down, New York's final push started strong thanks to Meko's self-destruct putting Munchkin out of position, setting him up to be eliminated by Mono. NYXL managed to complete point C in overtime. On defense, New York looked just as unstoppable. Teamfights from Seoul were shut down early with NYXL repeatedly securing early kills. Even when Seoul was up 2 picks on their final push, NYXL regrouped effectively to rebound the fight in their favor. New York prevented Seoul from capturing point A, taking Dorado 3-0. New York secured their playoff spot with this win over Seoul Dynasty. They continue to look like one of the most well-rounded teams with no apparent weak links for opponents to focus down. As they continue on their 6-game winning streak, New York has shown that they have what it takes to lead the pack. That's all for this video, but please comment, like, and subscribe for more sports and esports news and updates. Be sure to click the bell so you don't miss any more videos on the Game House. From our house to yours.